Good day, everyone. My name is Xin Li. I am the Dean of Faculty in DigiPen Institute of Technology, Singapore campus. I have a PhD degree in computer science. I graduated in University of Central Florida, United States. I've been teaching at DigiPen for more than 20 years. My specialty is in computer graphics, animation, and rendering techniques. But prior to my experience in DigiPen, I also had working experience in various companies, including Lockheed Martin, IBM, Advanced Simulation Center, as well as Nintendo Software Technology. So who we are? We're a specialized university that offers many degree programs, including computer science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, embedded system, sound design, animation, art, as well as design. At the Singapore campus, we specialize on computer science, embedded system engineering, UX, UI design, and digital arts and animation. And this is highly customized program to suit the fast evolution of technology and the Singapore industry market. Okay, I'll start off my presentation with a little bit of history of the DigiPen. DigiPen actually started some 30 years ago in Vancouver, Canada. And there were a small consultant software company to provide computer simulation programs as well as real-time interactive simulation software product to local companies. And pretty soon, they found out that it was hard to find the qualified engineers to work on the various projects. So that's when they started their training program. In 1998, DigiPen started the collaboration with Nintendo Software Technology to open the first campus to offer degree programs in real-time interactive simulation. And DigiPen first campus was in the Redmond area, and that's had so many influential game studios in that area, including Unity Productions, Microsoft Xbox Studios, Nintendo Software Technology, Bungie, Sucker Punch, Valve Corporation, and Monolith Productions. In 2008, DigiPen opened the first international campus here in Singapore, invited by the Economic Development Board of Singapore government. 2010, DigiPen started the first collaboration with Singapore Institute of Technology to offer the collaboration and confer the joint degree programs. Over the past 30 years, DigiPen has become an international school that has the campuses in Redmond, Washington, United States, Bilbao, Spain, in Europe, and Singapore. And we also have established many collaborations to offer articulated programs such as in South Korea and Thailand. Here's some establishments and achievements that DigiPen students achieved in the past 30 plus years as the first university in the world that offers the computer science degree in game production. And we have provided thousands of graduates to the gaming industry. And while at the school, DigiPen students had won so many student project awards worldwide, And after graduate, DigiPen has been hired by more than 500 game companies worldwide and have contributed to more than 1,000 AAA commercial titles. And our students in Singapore campus, mainly coming from those 5 polytechnics. And as a matter of fact, 90% of our students would come from those schools. However, we do have about 10% of our incoming students who come from the junior colleges and other post-secondary schools. And we also have a small percentage of international students. And this is some numbers that I would like to share with you. DigiPen campus of DigiPen Singapore campus, each year we take about 300 students. And over the years, we have graduated more than 1,000 students. On campus right now, we have about 1,000 students. Our faculty and the student ratio would be 1 to 16. And about the faculty, we utilize a pool of talents from different countries to teach different subjects. And we do have the majority of our classes taught by the full-time faculty. But we also hire the part-time faculty, and those adjunct faculty are currently still working in the industry in Singapore. And they bring the fresh air and the cutting-edge technology from the industry into our modules. So, as some of you might ask, there are many schools that offers computer science program, and what makes DigiPen program so special? Well, I would say there are probably 3 things that I would like to point out. The first one is academic fundamentals. All DigiPen degree programs are college and university degrees that keeps their focus on the fundamentals of academic teaching, academic experience. And as a matter of fact, the computer science program is just like the other computer science program offered by NTU or NUS. And we have so many modules that touch the basis and allows you to establish the cornerstones and pave the pathway for your future careers. A subject matter like computer architecture, high-level programming language, artificial intelligence, mathematics, physics, and computer graphics, just to name few. However, I would also like to point out that DigiPen's program is highly project-driven. And that means the curriculum is designed with the project components deeply built into your study. And as a matter of fact, from the day one, when you join the degree program, and you will be teamed up with your peers and with other major students that would work on the real-life project. And number 3 is so-called multidisciplinary collaboration. And this not only means that the subject matter that you learned from different modules will be directly applicable to other subjects, for instance, the mathematics and physics that you learned, and it will be applicable directly to the computer science modules, while the material that you learned in the computer science program will be directly applicable in your game project. But it goes beyond that, and that is because not only you directly apply the subject matter to different modules, but also you will team up. You establish the collaboration with the students, your peers, from different majors. And I will speak more about that later. So here are the degree programs that we offer at the Singapore campus. We offer 2 computer science programs, and that is Bachelor of Science in Computer Science in Real-Time Interactive Simulation, and Bachelor of Science in Computer Science in Interactive Media and Game Development, Bachelor of Engineer in System Engineer Electromechanical Systems, Bachelor of Arts in User Experience and Game Design, as well as Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Arts and Animation, of which the first 2 computer science programs are jointly offered with SIT. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the cornerstones of DigiPen's curriculum is so-called multidisciplinary collaboration. Not only when you work on the project, you will be teamed up with the students in different majors in computer science, design, and art, but also you will work together. It means that you will also develop the team soft skills on interpersonal and professional communication, team building and work ethics, negotiation and compromises, and as well as scheduling, production documents, milestones, and presentations. I'd like to introduce 2 game trailers that were released just in June this year. And both teams are produced by teams with 11 students who performs different responsibilities as the producer, as the graphics programmer, sound engineer, UI, UX designer, artist, and animator. And the first game is called Kendrick. And this is a story of father and son revisiting old memories as they embark on a journey of kindred love among family members, their sacrifices, and their responsibilities. And the second game is a puzzle game named EOS. And this is a 3D puzzle game. The player will play as a first person through a little girl's journey into a tower with her late mother's medallion, and in hoping to fulfill her wish to rest at the apex of the tower. And both team features the following items, and they have their originality of story writing, artwork, and game design from scratch. And if you noticed, the first game, Kindred, actually was modeled based on the HDB apartments, and they are actually dubbed by Singaporeans. So now I will play the video trailers.
Eh? You're finally back. How come today so late? You didn't tell me that you were coming home late. Hey, oi, got hear me or not? Don't talk back at me. I think you better listen to me and stay at home.
This is not a home! Dad? Not again. Where did he go this time? Whoa. What is this place? Where is he? Am I in a dream?
You know where am I? I'm trying to find my way home. Wait, is that? Where am I?
Dad? Let's go home.
Hello, and welcome to the Lunare Museum of History. I am Kythios, and we pride ourselves on making mistakes we can't recover from. This whole tower used to be a museum to my kingdom's past. I repurposed it. You'll find trials up ahead. I need to know it's really you, Theos.
All right, so this presentation features two joint degree programs that is jointly converted between DigiPen Institute of Technology Singapore campus as well as Singapore Institute of Technology. Now I will turn the microphone to Dr. Donny to talk a little bit of details about those two joint degree programs. Thank you.
Hey, hi, thank you, Sin. So just a bit of introduction about me. So I'm Professor Donny. I am from SIT. I came from Bachelor of Engineering in my bachelor's in NUS, after which Singapore MIT Alliance for my master's, finally a PhD from Department of Computing from Imperial College. Prior to SIT, I was in fact from industry. I was in A-Star for a few years. After that, I joined a few startups, finally in a consulting firm, and I joined SIT about 2-3 years back. So today I'll be talking a bit about the SIT DigiPen programs, and we have a very unique three-geared approach. And so on the top is our focus on the industry and how our goal of making our students very industry-ready upon graduation. So the top gear pertains to feedback from our industry. In the middle gear is where we remain true to our DigiPen DNA, and which focuses on strong fundamentals as well as a commitment to technical excellence. And on the third gear, it will be the collaboration between SIT and DigiPen, where the faculty work together as a team to ensure that the material that we teach meets the strict academic guidelines customized to the local Singapore economy. We also have two computer science programs for your selection. They are known as the Real-Time Interactive Simulation Program and the Interactive Media and Game Development. Details of both I'll be sharing along the way. But on a very, very broad level, both are computer science programs of 4 years. They have 240 credits, 25 credits for enhancement study, 20 credits for work study program known as the IWSP, 16 for a capstone. One of the very, very key unique selling points is known as the 12 weeks overseas immersion program, whereby you get to study at DigiPen's main campus at Redmond for about 12 weeks. So into a bit of detail about the programs itself. The first program is known as the Real-Time Interactive Simulation. You can see here the wholesome approach we have to education, where we first introduce you to programming real-time simulations, computer software, and games. However, in order to do that, you need to be able to draft up technical documents to be able to implement efficient user interfaces. And you are also going into details like AI algorithms, and also be using concepts like networking, and so and so. In the next, of course, our graduates from real-time interactive simulation programs are extremely versatile. They gain employment in a wide variety of industries and roles as software engineers, tool engineers, or even AI programmers. And one of these examples we have here is this gentleman, Chester. He actually graduated a few years back. He started off as an intern in Shopee in 2017. He was hired as a data scientist. Currently, he has the role of a project engineer, where he is leading projects in visual quality control and text recognition. And he attributes his success to the strong fundamentals the program has taught him, which has made it easier for him to pick up new programming languages as well as machine learning algorithms. And we move on to the second computer science program, known as the Interactive Media and Game Development. This is a very, very unique program, and it spans across 3 highly specialized areas: computer science, digital media, and the humanities. Once again, our graduates from the interactive media and game development, they also clinch positions in a wide variety of fields, such as systems design, game design, software development, and gameplay design. And we showcase Ko Yong Loon. Yong Loon graduated in 2018, and upon graduation, he landed a job as a software engineer in NCS. And as we know, NCS is one of the top IT consulting firms in Singapore. Mentioned earlier, one of the highlights of the program is a 12 weeks immersion program in Redmond, where students get a chance not only to be mentored by the faculty in DigiPen Redmond, but also to visit and to immerse themselves in the 350 technological companies in the vicinity. Typically, they visit the Redmond in the months of May to August. It's actually one of the warmest times in Redmond, about temperatures from 18 to 25 degrees, and I'm sure you guys will love it there. We mentioned briefly about the IWSP program. Here we cannot overemphasize the IWSP, as this is the program that prepares and propels our students into their careers. Students are hired as interns directly into the company's HR and get first-hand experience of working in a professional environment. The IWSP lasts for about 2 trimesters or about 8 months on average, which greatly increases the chances of employment upon graduation. And this is seen in our very high employment rate of 93%. This means that out of every 10 students, more than 9 of them get full-time employment within 6 months of graduation. A large percentage of them, about 48%, are also employed in non-gaming industries. Not only are they gainfully employed, their salaries are very competitive as well. We have here the median gross salary or starting salary of our graduates, both between the computer science and real-time interactive simulation and the interactive media and game development. They are very, very similar, but definitely above that of the median average starting salary of 2019, which is 3,006. As mentioned earlier, a large percentage of our graduates go on to pursue careers not in the gaming industry. Examples of such are SPH, Autodesk, and also DBS. A very large percentage of them also go on to be employed in the gaming industry, boasting famous firms like Koei Tecmo, which produced Dead or Alive, Bandai Namco, Tekken, and Ubisoft for Rainbow Six. So finally, both Xin and I, we have all but given you a very, very short snapshot of these 2 programs. And I'm very sure that you would like to find out more and hope that you'll consider this to be the beginning of a journey with us. The team at DigiPen Singapore warmly welcomes you to continue this journey, and we would like to invite you to join our virtual preview day on the 30th of January 2021. It's actually the last Saturday of January 2021 in the morning from 10 to 12. There will be a welcome talk by Mr. Claude Comer, the founder and president of DigiPen. And you'll get an in-depth look at our approach to education. You will also have the chance to ask any questions about the program in real time. So our team really warmly, sincerely invites you to scan the QR code below and register early for a place in our virtual preview day. Thank you, and I wish you a very good day ahead. Cheers.